The Eisenhower Presidential Library, along with all the presidential libraries in the National Archives and Records Administration system, promote an understanding of the presidency and the American experience. We preserve and provide access to historical materials by supporting research and creating interactive programs and exhibits that educate and inspire. Tens of thousands of visitors come to the Dwight D. Eisenhower Presidential Library Museum and Boyhood Home each year. They tour Dwight's boyhood home, explore the museum, stroll the beautiful 22-acre campus, and visit the place of meditation, which is Ike and Mamie's final resting place. Visitors entering the library are often surprised when they do not see rows of book-lined shelves. We often get asked, where are the books? Well secured behind these marble walls is the true significance of the library, the archives. Each presidential library is a one-of-a-kind collection of original documents, photographs, audio recordings, and films which are carefully preserved. This makes us different from a public library where you can borrow books. Our holdings are non-circulating, but are available to on-site researchers. And everyone, including you, has access to these holdings.
As a supervisory archivist, I serve as the caretaker of the documentary legacy of the 34th President, Dwight D. Eisenhower, and oversee the archive's operations. As we collect new materials, my team organizes and preserves these document collections, always with the focus of providing researchers access. We have the privilege of connecting people to history, enabling them to converse with historical figures. To me, research is an interactive process with the holdings, not just the passive absorption of information. Because the library contains primary source materials, you're able to hear directly from these people, free of someone else's biases, filters, judgments, or conclusions. It is thrilling to see the process unfold as researchers experience the magic of a moment of discovery. When you dive into these records, you find that there is always something new. There are always mysteries to solve, and history becomes very exciting. The research conducted here produces a range of results, from Student History Day projects to best-selling books, movies, and documentaries, and even deeper understandings of one's personal story. I love helping people make these connections, introducing them to new possibilities, and interacting with them on their journey.
As museum curator, my team and I focus on preserving the artifact collection and creating new and meaningful ways for our visitors to learn from and interact with the exhibits. It's important to me to make this history accessible so people can understand the true story of Ike and Mamie, their challenges, successes, and even their occasional failures. Part of this involves developing, designing, and installing exhibits which bring new information to our visitors in engaging and meaningful ways. In one sense, it would be tempting to seal away these one-of-a-kind artifacts in a perfectly controlled environment to keep them safe. But we're always balancing the necessity of preservation with the importance of presentation so that the meaning of these artifacts is not lost to current and future generations. It's a true pleasure to see visitors interact with an exhibit and overhear conversations as they're taking in the information. It's important for us to provide all of our guests with the opportunity to learn, engage with their own history, and experience something new and meaningful.
I love discovering new things as I create programs for the library. Working with this treasure trove of information we have available provides inspiration for new topics and supplements the presentation that our guest speakers bring to our audience. The relationship between education, archives, and the museum is paramount to program development. Collaborating with the archive and curatorial teams helps to discover little-known facts about Ike and Mamie. The excitement created from these interactions is what drives the development of new public programs. The most rewarding part of my job is to see those light bulb moments occur when all the hard work of research comes together, or the moment when they find their place in the story. Being a part of creating this experience for our guests is what it's all about.
As you can see, the unique content of the Presidential Library provides an unvarnished look into Dwight D. Eisenhower's life, his legacy, and important aspects of our history as American citizens. The content stored in the library has important stories to tell, with personal lessons for all of us. For example, I connect deeply with a document that we call the In Case of Failure message. This note, handwritten by General Eisenhower, states that the service members involved in the Normandy invasion made every possible preparation, and if the invasion were to fail, it would be Eisenhower's failure alone. These words really speak to the character of Eisenhower and inspire me to strive for the same ideals. As you explore the history contained in the library, whether it be in the research room poring over the documents, exploring the exhibits, or engaging in our many public programs, you'll likely find something that speaks powerfully to you as well.
One of the most important aspects of the Eisenhower legacy from my perspective is Ike the citizen. Understanding how he lived his life as an American citizen helps us to grasp who he was as a man, a general, and a president. In his book, At Ease, Ike shares the story about the first time he saw the flag unfurled as a cadet at West Point. He says at that moment he knew his life would be about something bigger than himself. Throughout his life, Eisenhower was insistent on being a productive, contributing member of society and believed others should do the same. The ideal doesn't always mean you're successful, but it does, as citizens, challenge us to aspire to something beyond personal accomplishment. And I think for Ike, that was paramount.
To me, it is important that we show the world who President Eisenhower was and the relevancy of his decision-making and action on the world today. Part of that includes the fact that Ike was not a perfect man, but his imperfections did not prevent him from becoming a great leader. In fact, I would argue that being flawed and being conscious of his flaws helped propel him into the leader he became. I want people to see that Eisenhower was a student of life, and like Ike, we should never stop learning.
I'd like to think that Ike and Mamie would appreciate and approve of the work that is being done here to preserve their legacy and to tell their story. As a temporary steward of these priceless artifacts, it is an honor to care for their memories. This is a unique place that in a very real sense encompasses the whole of Ike's life, from his childhood through his military and presidential careers to his final resting place. This is a special and fitting tribute, and our ongoing mission is to preserve this story and share it with future generations.
All the work we do has one primary goal, whether it's caring for the documents and artifacts, sharing information through exhibits, or providing educational programming. Everything is dedicated to making access happen for the public, both today and for many generations to come. In perpetuity, in fact. There is true power in engaging with our history, and it is vital to understanding the human condition.